Hello students, welcome in GS Commerce College Varda. I am Professor Shailesh Besant. I am teaching to you Financial Accounting to become third sem. Current topic is consignment account, and under consignment account this is my second example on the invoice price. Continuous is our sixth example on consignment, but now under this is the second example on invoice price. Okay. Example have given in your description box. You can open it and write the example in your notebook and you try to solve it. And after that, check cross verification with this answer, with this video. Okay. Example have there. Suganchan, Mr. Suganchan sent 100 bed sheets to Lakshmi Chand. Suganchan sent 100 bed sheets to Lakshmi Chand. It means they have Suganchan is become a consignor and Lakshmi Chand is a consignee. It sent 100 bed sheets which cost has rupees 260 each. But when Suganchan prepare its invoice pro forma, at that time it's write the invoice price rupees 320 per bed sheet. Okay, the cost price of each bed sheet is rupees 260, but invoice price it show there rupees 320. It had sent 100 bed sheets to Lakshmi Chand. For that, Suganchan passed the journal entry, consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. Okay, you have better know that when consignor send the goods to consignee, at that time when consignor send the goods on consignment, at that time it's recorded all with these same goods at the debit side of consignment account because it's a main consignment expenses. Okay, it's send goods on cash cost price or it's send goods on invoice price. The entry has same consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. Okay, Suganchan had sent the goods to Lakshmi Chand on consignment. At that time, it's passed journal entry, consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account to goods sent on consignment account rupees 100 multiplied by 320, it's become rupees 32,000. Okay, goods sent on consignment. When consignor sent the goods on invoice price, at that time all the amounts are written as per the invoice price, not at per cost price. Okay, because they have given the invoice price in invoice pro forma. So keep the record as per invoice price by the consignor. Okay. For that, it's paid rupees 800 for transfer the goods. It's paid rupees 800. It means Suganchan spent rupees 800 for various expenses for send the goods to its consignee, Mr. Lakshmi Chand. For that, it's passed journal entry. The expenses are recorded at the debit side of consignment account, so it's debited the consignment account, and cash goes out. So for that, it's created the cash account. Entry consignment account debit, cash account credit for the consignor's expenses. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of cash account rupees 800. Okay, rupees 800. Okay. Consignor drew a bill of rupees 16,000 on Lakshmi Chand. On Lakshmi Chand. Okay, and Lakshmi Chand accepted that bill of rupees 16,000 drew by Suganchan on Lakshmi Chand. Okay, it means consignor drew a bill on consignee. Consignor passed the journal entry, bills receivable account debit and Lakshmi Chand's account credit. So write at the credit side of Lakshmi Chand by bills receivable account rupees 16,000. Okay, for that Lakshmi Chand has passed the journal entry It's prepare the Suganchan's account for keeping the financial record. So it pass the journal entry Suganchan's account debit and bills payable account credit. When Lakshmi Chand accepted a bill, at that time it's pass the journal entry Suganchan's account debit and bills payable account credit. And Suganchan passing the journal entry bills receivable account debit and Lakshmi Chand's account credit. Okay. After that, at the end of financial year, Lakshmi Chand give the following information in the account sales. It's sent, Lakshmi Chand sent the account sales to Suganchan. In this account sales, it show that it has sold 80 bed sheets. It had sold 80 bed sheets of rupees 350 each. Lakshmi Chand sold 80 bed sheets, each of rupees 350. Okay. For that, it's passed journal entry. This amount it have due from Lakshmi Chand's. So Lakshmi Chand's account debit and sales is a consignment's income. So it's recorded at the credit side of consignment account. Okay. So for that, Lakshmi Chand's account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the debit side of Lakshmi Chand account to consignment account. Consignment account. Rupees, it sold 80 bed sheets at rupees 350 each. It's become rupees 28,000. 28,000. 380 into 300 is become 24,000 and 50 into 80 is become rupees 4,000. It means 28,000. Okay, correct. 28,000. Okay. So at the credit side of consignment account by Lakshmi Chand's account rupees 28,000. Sorry, rupees 28,000. Okay. Lakshmi Chand has sold the goods and Suganchan keeping the record of this transaction because this is the consignment transactions. Okay. Lakshmi Chand's account debit and consignment account credit. Okay. When consignee sold the goods on cash or on credit, consignor pass the same entry, consignee's account debit and consignment account credit. Okay. Right. Next. For that, Lakshmi Chand has spent rupees 1,200 for carriage, rupees 100 for godown rent and rupees 200 for various expenses. Okay. Lakshmi Chand spent some expenses. Okay. For that, Suganchan passed the journal entry, consignment account debit and Lakshmi Chand's account credit. Okay. When consignee spent some expenses, at that time consignor passed the journal entry, consignment account debit and consignee's account credit. Okay. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of Lakshmi Chand's account for its expenses. Carriage rupees 1,200, godown rent godown rent 100 and selling expenses 200. Okay, it means rupees 1,500 spent by the Lakshmi Chand. Okay, it's the consignment expenses, so recorded at the debit side of consignment account, and this the due amount has decreased by its spending the expenses. For that, its account credited by Lakshmi Chand's account, rupees 1,500. Okay, Lakshmi Chand has spent expenses, and when it's sold goods, for that it charges commission. So Lakshmi Chand has allowed a 6% normal commission and 1.5% day creditor commission on sales. Once again, there is entitled a 6% normal commission and 1.5% day creditor commission on sales. And also they have no given the separately cash sales or cash sales and credit sales, and also given their 1.5% on sales. On sales means total sales. Okay. So we need to making the calculation of commission, and commission is a consignment's expenses, and all expenses are of consignment are recorded at the debit side of consignment account. So consignee's commission recorded at the debit side. For that, Suganchand passed the journal entry consignment account debit and Lakshmi Chand's account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of Lakshmi Chand's account. Okay, Lakshmi Chand's account. You can show the separately calculating the 6% commission and 1.5% commission, or you can directly round figure calculated the total 7.5% commission on the sales. Okay, so 7.5% commission, 28,000 multiplied by 7.5%. Okay, 6% normal commission and 1.5% delivery commission. Total become 7.5%. 7.5%. 10%, 2,800, 5%, 1,400, and 2.5% means 700, which is 2,100. 2,100. You can calculate it. Okay, it's over. 10% means 2,800. 5%, 1,400. 2.5%, 700. Okay, we need both. It means 2,100. Okay, 7.5%. 2,000. You can use the calci and easily make the calculation. Okay. So, Lakshmi Chand's. Okay. Write at the credit side of Lakshmi Chand's account by consignment account. 2,100. It's a commission. Consignee's commission. Okay. Consignment account debit and Lakshmi Chand's account credit. Its charge is commission. Accepted a bill. Okay. And the transactions are over. Now, for find out calculating the profit or loss, we have need to making the valuation of unsold stock, because they have unsold stock, because it said 100 bed sheets, but it's only sold the 80 bed sheets. It means they have 20 bed sheets are unsold. So there is a unsold stock. So we have need to making the valuation of unsold stock. Valuation of unsold stock. It's saying 100 minus it's sold 80. It's equal to 20. 20 bed sheets have unsold. So first taking the price, invoice price. Invoice price. When consignor send the goods on invoice price, at that time all the calculations related to goods are made by the invoice price. So invoice price 320 is the invoice price of each. So there are the 20 bed sheets. It means 6,400. 6,400. Okay. Second, proportionate expenses of consignor, and proportionate expenses is spent rupees 800 for 100 bed sheets. So for what? 20 bed sheets, rupees it's 160. 160. Third, proportionate expenses of direct expenses. Direct expenses of consignee. Okay, that's important. Consignee is only indirect expenses are considered in the valuation of unsold stock. Okay, I have given the information for that since my first video. It's spent total. It's spent rupees 1,500, but only carriage inward it's come under the direct expenses. Go down rent and selling expenses are not included in the valuation of unsold stock. So it's spent rupees 1,200 for 100 boxes. So for 20, how much amount it had spent. So it spent rupees 240. This is the value of unsold stock. Value of unsold stock, rupees 6,800. Okay, 6,800. As per invoice price. Okay, unsold stock, consignment stock. So entry for that, consignment stock account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the credit side by consignment stock account. Consignment stock account 6,800. Okay, 6,800. Okay, the information has over. We have also calculated the value of unsold stock, but the problem has on the invoice price. So total during the year you keeping the balance till the valuation of unsold stock, keeping the balance of goods by the invoice price. But when you find out, you making the calculation of profit or loss, find out the profit or loss of on the consignment, at the time you have need to please remove the difference in the value. Okay, because this is the not actual value of which good you have sent the goods. This is not actual value, it's an increasing value. So at the time of making the calculation of profit or loss, find out the profit or loss, you have need to please write all the goods on their actual price. But you can't do that. So for that, you just making the opposite entry for cancelling the difference in the values. Okay. So there are the goods sent. I am making this type of sign there. Goods sent on invoice price. If 100 bed sheets are sent as per the cost price, it will become amount 26,000. But we have written rupees 26,000 as per invoice, rupees 32,000 as per invoice price. So they have the difference of rupees 6,000. Okay, they have the difference is rupees 6,000. It is known as loading. The difference, the excess amount in the goods sent, it's known as loading. So for the loading of goods sent on consignment account, you pass the journal entry. Goods sent on consignment account debit and consignment account credit. Goods sent on consignment account debit and consignment account credit for entry for the cancelling the difference in the value of goods sent. Okay, entry goods sent on consignment account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the credit side of consignment account by goods sent on consignment account, in bracket just for information, loading rupees 6,000. Okay, as per cost price the goods of rupees 26,000, but you have written 32,000. It means they have the 6,000 rupees more than the original price. So for find out the profit or loss, we have need to deduct this amount from there. For that we write this amount, excess amount at the credit side of consignment account. Okay, there is no transaction of goods return, but at the end of financial year, when you have valued the unsold stock as per invoice price, there have some difference. If you evaluate unsold stock as per cost price of 20 bed sheets is become rupees 5,200. Other items are same, they have no any problem. It means as per the cost price, it's as per invoice price, and this is as per cost price value 5,600. Okay, so difference is rupees 1,200. Okay, Just there you have the difference. Both amounts are same. As per invoice price, the value of unsold stock rupees 6,400, and as per cost price is the value of unsold stock rupees 5,200. Okay, or total amount 6,800 and as per cost price 5,600. There are the difference of rupees 1,200. Okay, so for cancelling the difference, consignor pass the journal entry consignment account debit and consignment stock reserve account credit. For cancelling the difference in the value of consignment stock, consignor pass the journal entry consignment stock reserve account debit and consignment account debit and consignment stock reserve account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of consignment stock reserve account. They have the reserve rupees 1,200. Okay, so this is the reserve and I indicate that with the same sign. Okay, there have excess amount I have written there. Okay, they have 6,000 rupees excess, so it's written there, and they have rupees 1,200 more than their original cost price, so I have deduct that amount. I have written this amount at the debit side of the consignment account. Okay, so at the end you just find out the profit or loss on the consignment account and over the example. Both things, everything are same, but they have the just difference in the value of goods. When consignor send the goods as per the invoice price, they have making some new points related to the reserve. Okay, making the total 40,800. Credit size total 40,800. Okay, 800. Okay, 40,800. Find out the profit. 8, 13, 14, 16. 16. It means 200. 800. Okay. 3,200. They have the profit rupees 3,200. 3,200. It transferred to the P&L account. So for that, it pass the journal entry, consignment account debit and P&L account credit. So write there P&L account in bracket profit transfer. Okay, and also it's calculate the final amount, due amount. It have due total 28,000. Out of that, it deducted rupees 16,000 for bills receivable and 1,500 for its various expenses and 2,100 for its commission. So total deducted amount rupees 19,600. 19,600. It means they have the balance 400. 0. 8,400. The balance is paid or not, the information is not given, so balance or cash account. Okay. Okay. Completed the example. Okay. If they have given any information about final payment, so you write by the name of cash or bank account, or if they have not given any information, but many times when consignor sold the goods, at that time it's paid the amount to its consignor. So for that you can pass the journal entry cash or bank account debit and consignor's account credit for receiving the amount. Okay, This is the our second example where I have given the information about when goods set on invoice price. Just little two more points are created for cancelling the reserve on the goods sent and cancelling the reserve on the consignment stock account, where we have written the price as per invoice price, and invoice price is more than their original cost price. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye.